General Hospital MV, my GH After Show. Before we get into this week's review, we have to discuss the recast for Nina Reeves. She has officially been recasted, and she will now be played by Cynthia Watros, who is best known for her role in Lost, but in the soap world, best known for Young and the Restless and Guiding Light. Now, I am not familiar with her work. I hope she does a good job. If you are familiar with her work, let me know in the comments below if you think that she'll make a good Nina. I do hope, though, that Michelle will get to play Nina finding out the truth about Valentin, because I've been waiting for that forever, and I know Michelle will kill it. And it's not that Cynthia might not, but it's just something that I want to see, you know? She's my Nina. She's my girl. I want to see her react to Valentin. Because it's, you know, it's about time that she finds out the truth. With that said, Michelle Stafford is still playing Nina currently. She is still filming as Nina and will be doing so until May. So we won't see Cynthia in the role until summer. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into this week's review. Let's start with an unlikely trio in Ava, Laura, and Felicia. Ava called a meeting with Laura and Felicia after the news of Ryan's severed hand being found. Ava, Felicia, and Laura know that this means nothing, and Ava wants to come up with a plan to bring Ryan down should he make a reappearance in Port Charles. Felicia has the most experience with Ryan, and she thinks that the best way to lure Ryan back into town is if Ava finds a new man that Ryan could be jealous of. Now, show of hands, who thinks it's gonna be Scotty Baldwin? Because who else would it be? I personally love the dynamic between Ava and Scotty, so if that's where the story is going, I'm totally down to see it. I also love the interactions between Laura, Felicia, and Ava. It's so unlikely that the three of them would hang out together. If you guys have been watching for a long time, you know that Felicia and Laura did not always like each other due to some history with Luke. But seeing these three women come together for a greater good and knowing how badass that they could be when their cards are down, I am so looking forward to seeing it. Jordan, on the other hand, is not okay with Ava taking matters into her own hands. I mean, she's disappointed that DA Dawson stupidly dropped the investigation. She knows just as well that Ryan is probably still out there, and she was smart enough to keep Curtis on the case since he's not technically on the PCPD. So good on you there, Jordan. Anyway, it is possible that Ryan is already in town. I mean, at the end of the week, we saw a scene where someone was watching Ava through a window. Although the show does like to do these red herring fake out scenes, so that wouldn't surprise me either. Either way, look out Ava. Meanwhile, Ryan's brother Kevin faced a judge this week and with the help of Nora Buchanan got all the charges against him dropped. It turns out that it's not harboring a fugitive when said fugitive is actually declared legally dead, so he got off scot-free, at least in the eyes of the law. Probably not so much from the people of Port Charles though, so we'll see how that plays out in the future. Maxie and Peter officially became a thing this week. They announced their feelings for each other, and I am personally not a fan of the couple. I cringe when I see them. However, Lulu was happy for them. She got to see them before she left Port Charles. Now, Lulu leaving Port Charles might actually come back to bite her in the ass because Valentin seems to be taking the opportunity to seize custody of Charlotte. Now, he flat out refused to let Laura see Charlotte unless Charlotte wanted to and not go with Lulu's schedule, and he also asked for the help of Nora Buchanan with something, but obviously I'm thinking that something might have to do with Charlotte's custody. This guy's level of scum seems to know no bounds, because on top of all that, he is still bullying and blackmailing little Spencer, despite already killing the lad's father and stealing his inheritance. This guy is awful. I cannot wait for this guy to be taken down, and it better be fantastic. I am so over him getting away with everything constantly. Even Spencer caught wind that there is something weird going on between Valentin and Sasha. If he is the one to take Valentin down, I will laugh so hard. But we also have that mysterious Cassadine out there somewhere with Cassandra, so maybe that can come back into play too. People are speculating that it could be Stefan Cassadine, and I feel like Stefan would come up to bat for Spencer. So if that happens, I will be forever grateful. But it seems like they're gonna drag out the story forever and a day. So come on, writers, just give us a bone here. At least Sasha has a little bit of a conscience when it comes to Nina. I mean, she made the effort to get Nina and Maxie's friendship back on track. That being said, if she would just grow a pair and come clean to Nina altogether, Nina can see Valentin for the scum that he is. Let's talk about Anna. Now, Finn has been trying to propose to Anna all week, but Anna's been a little bit distracted by the fact that one of Alex's memories is hers, and she has convinced herself that the memory is that Alex gave birth to Robin and not her. Now, I am confused by this because I don't get how she can jump to that conclusion but not think gee, maybe it's possible that Alex slept with Faison, you know, the guy that stalked me, that disgusted me for years. I feel like that would make more sense than believing that Robin isn't her daughter. It just seems like a cheap way to drag out the storyline even longer. Even Robert himself doesn't buy that garbage. So, I mean, I know that the writers make stupid decisions every now and then, but I feel like they wouldn't actually just erase decades of history between Robin and Robert and Anna. Let's just come to the conclusion that we all know. Peter is Alex's son, not Anna's. That's all I have to say about that. Let's talk about Oscar for a sec. Now, it is very obvious that the boy is dying. This is it. We're at the end of this storyline, and as I predicted, all of the actors involved are bringing their A game. I mean, especially in the scenes of Monica crying in Drew's arms and Kim crying in Julian's arms, Jocelyn laying with Oscar at the end. I am so looking forward to the rest of this storyline. I know that there are people out there that don't want Oscar to die, but we are going to see some beautifully emotional scenes that will probably be memorable in the years to come. So I'm looking forward to it myself. Now, I feel like I know where the storyline is going to go with Jocelyn. I feel like they're going to move her into a romance with Cameron after this, but I don't know where things will go with Kim and Drew, because there's nothing to connect them once Oscar is gone except for grief and loss, and unless they put Kim and Drew together, there's nothing really left for them on the show. Do you think these characters will stick around? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's talk about Dawn of Day. I have an announcement to make. Willow and Chase have finally won me over because they are just so gosh darn cute. I loved their rollerblading date in the park, and I loved their lovemaking scene because it was so hot. They're just such a good couple. I want to root for them. So congratulations to the actors. You have officially won me over. Now, as for Kristina, her whole family is rallying to get her out of Dawn of Day as soon as possible. You have Michael talking to Willow about Dawn of Day because she told him that she was involved, and he's getting as much info as possible. Sam, of course, is still, you know, in Shiloh's circle, and Sunny and Alexis have both talked to Neil separately in order to get her out of there as well. Everyone had to act fast because it turns out that the ceremony to get Kristina into the trust, which Sam knew was coming, involved drugging her, branding her, and essentially raping her. So, Jason had to act fast and get her out of there. Now, while this was going down, we had to discuss a bit of a spoiler thanks to a fan that paused the show and read Kristina's written testimonial. So it turns out that the secret that Kristina gave Shiloh was that Alexis hit Kiefer with her car, and Kristina witnessed it because she was actually awake in the back seat. The problem with that is Alexis confessed to the police. So this is not a secret. The whole damn town knows, but it seems that the writers might have actually overlooked that, and it boggles my mind because in 2019, when fans have access to so much history, that the writers didn't just do a quick YouTube search and found the scenes of Alexis confessing not only to the PCPD, but to Kristina as well. Roll the clips!
What happened next?
He just appeared right in front of the car. Out of nowhere, he just appeared, and I couldn't react. I was paralyzed. I had my hands on the wheel. I couldn't move them. I couldn't turn it. I couldn't brake. I couldn't even think about anything. I was gone. I was completely gone. And I hit him, and I kept going. I saw him, and I froze. I don't remember reacting in any way.
But you knew it was Kiefer?
Yes. It's not like I saw him and went, there's the kid that beat my daughter and I want him dead. I honestly can't say for certain.
It's all right. You didn't run Kiefer down on purpose. I know you would never intentionally want to hurt him, because it's not who you are.
Know what I did to find that clip? I went onto YouTube and I typed Alexis confesses GH, and it was the first video I saw. It's not a secret. She told the police commissioner. It wasn't swept under the rug. Diane got her off. It was all in the news. Even Kiefer's parents knew, so this is just stupid. Stupid. Anyway, Jason managed to sneak into the Dawn of Day house and get Kristina out of there after she had already taken the drink, but before Harmony and Shiloh managed to get in there. And of course, Shiloh and Harmony are reeling because not only did Kristina disappear, but so did the cup. And hopefully they bring that cup to the PCPD and get it tested for drugs and somehow link it back to Dawn of Day. However, I'm thinking that with this secret, it's gonna blackmail everyone into not bringing that to the police as evidence. So, I don't know. It's just, if that's where the storyline is going, I'm going to be frustrated because it's such an overlook on the writer's parts to just use that as the secret. I mean, Mike sabotaging Julian's bar? Way better secret. Pretty recent, also happened on screen, no rewrites needed. Anyway, when Kristina came to and realized that she was being held against her will by Jason, she was pissed. And then when she saw that Sunny and Alexis were a part of it, she was even more pissed. It's like, oh, it's so frustrating, but it does happen in real life. Poor girl. I don't think any of them are gonna get through to her, and Neil was in there as well, and I don't think he's gonna get through to her either. I think her best hope actually is Willow, and Willow still has to decide whether she's gonna talk to Kristina or not, because this is touchy territory that could send Shiloh on a path to find out that she birthed his son. Sounds to me like things are about to get complicated in Willow's world and Michael's world, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, that was This Week in Port Charles. What did you guys think of the show this week? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a big ol' thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya!